Hey everyone, in this module we are going to learn about the functions and methods. So basically functions are user defined and methods are the inbuilt functions for some particular tasks. So we are going to cover both in this module, and so this is just the introduction. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Hey everyone, so before function there is a little concept that is known as the user input that we are going to cover in this video. So first of all, here we have our atom and make a new file and save this one as function.py. So here we have our function.py. Note now, cancel this one. So you have seen we have used something like x is equal to 5, y equal to 6 here, and then z is something like any thing you want to do here, and then print z. If I save this one, command s, and run this one, python 3 and function.py, here I get 11. Now in some situations, not in some, in most of the situation, whenever you build a program, the things that are to be worked on are not defined by you, because if they define, then you can just simply write this one 11. There is no need for this variable, just command s and you will get the same output 11. But the thing here is you need to take the input from the user. So how can you add the input from user? So for that we have the input method. Also input is again a method, and we are going to cover method in further videos, but before that we need to study the input. So here we use x is equal to something like input, just an input, and then parentheses, and you can just simply leave these as usual, and you can add some parameter like write the first value. It's just a comment, it will not be used in your program, just it will be shown to so that user can add the things like write the first value. I have 3, and then it will do its rest performance. And again, if I have y equal to, and then again input parentheses, and remember the color will change to blue, because one more thing as I get here, different things are different color, out of which any predefined function, or we can say that method, has a blue color. So focus while using the method, they all have a blue color, like print is also an inbuilt function. Now here we have write the second value, and then we have our z is equal to that we have x plus y, command s, and when you run this one you will get the first value, that we write 2, then 3, and here we have 23. So now the question is, I have written the numbers and their sum must be 5, so why 23? Now while taking the input from the users, you need to take care of this thing, that always the thing that user inputs in case of Python 3 is string. So whenever user will enter this thing, this will be a string. And also if you try to run this same program in Python 2, like here we have first.py and first value 3, second value 5, you will get 8, because in Python 2 the inputs are in form of their type, whatever you have entered. But if you do something like here I have Python 3 and function.py, so your first value is something like deck, whatever this is, as dj, you will get output as printed of their concatenation. So the strings will be concatenated here and you will get the output. But in case of Python 2, if you try to do the same thing, like first if you write this one without the quotes, you will get error already, and still if you write this one in quotes, second thing I have, then you will get this one concatenated. So the Python to understand the data types in input but not the Python 3. So that's a little drawback in Python 3. I don't know why they upgraded this one like this, but it's just it is. So to run the same program in Python 3, what should I do? So think about it. It take a little bit, so maybe it will clear to you. I hope you will get that. So there's a little concept in data types, if you remember, that is known as casting. So casting is changing the data types. So you can just simply write x is equal to int and then x, and y equal to int y, and command s. And you know, if you run this program in Python 3, here I have 4, I have 3, I will get 7, not the 43. So that's the thing in user input. So make sure you will write the proper values if you are working on Python 3. You can just also simply write int here, int input, or in print, sorry, in this one, like using this one, int x and int y, then command s, and when you run this one, Python 3, 4, you will again get the 7. So that's about the user input, and this is enough about the user input. Rest we will study in the next videos. So thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Hey everyone, so in this video we are going to cover again a little concept before the functions. That's generally developing two converters that uses one input and another two inputs. That's just to understand the functions. We are going to need these converters to understand the concept of functions. So for that, first we will generate a temperature converter that will convert the temperature from Celsius to Fahrenheit. And as we know, the formula for Fahrenheit is F is equal to 9 divided by 5 multiplied by temperature in Celsius plus 32. So here C is the temperature in Celsius that we take from the user. So C is equal to input and something like enter the temperature in Celsius. So that is the temperature in Celsius. Now if you try to run this thing and print F, so in general this program seems to be correct in all ways. Just let me also be sure about the associativity. And so here this one is also, so the precedency of divide is more than the star because they are in brackets, so this will be done first. Now if you try to run this program, you will get an error. Like if I enter 5 here, I will get an error. So can you think that why I'm getting error here? So I hope you will get it, and I thought you get it. So the error here is I have not converted C into an integer type. If you look at error, is the type error. Cannot multiply a sequence by known in type. So here this one is float 9 by 5 and this C is a known in type, so the Python cannot multiply these two. So here a general step is required, that is C is equal to int of C. That's enough. And now if you try to run this program, you will get 41. You can also convert this F into int, like here if you can write int of F, command S, and try to run this one. Here I have 5, you will get an int value. Now this is the first function that uses a user input and work on it. Now the second one is that we are going to develop is a hour converter that converts the minutes and seconds into an hour. I think you have to give it a try. So pause the video for a while and try that building. I hope you will get it. So generally in that one we require the three parameters, that is minutes that will be inputted by the user. So input, enter the number of minutes, and then we have another parameter that is seconds. This one is also input, so input, enter the number of seconds. So we have now the inputs, and we define hours by h, and you know that in an hour there are 60 minutes, so we have h is equal to m by 60, and we have seconds also, so s by 3600. Why? Because 60 into 60, 3600, because in 1 minute there are 60 seconds and in 1 hour there are 60 minutes, so they are 60 into 60. So that's what it's here. Now again, if you try to run this program, you will get an error because you have this m and s in string type. So again, convert these in int first, and that's what we are going to do here, int s, and then just print h. So that's done. So if you try to run this one, first I have 541. Now let me take something like 120, so there will be 2 hours in this one, and for seconds let me take 7200, that is nearly 2 hours, because here 7200 divided by 360 you will get 2. So this one, and you will get 4, that is the 2 plus 2. If you write something like if 98 in this one, you will get 208, and when you calculate this one you will get the same result. And if you have this one like 120 and this is 3600, it's got 3, so it's working completely fine, both of these. So that's what we need to develop here, and going to use in the next videos to understand the concept of functions. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Hey everyone, in this video we are going to learn about the function. So what actually is a function? So by name you understand that function, that's something that perform a particular task. So function is a block of code that is used to perform a specific task. It just performs that task and produce the output based on the input. Like here, if I have something like a is equal to 3, b equal to 5, and c is equal to a plus b, and what's happening here, it's a plus b. So now if I print c, you will get something like here I have a python 3 function.py 8. Now here this thing is happening in line of codes, but what if I need this thing a number of times in my function? Let's assume I have a code of 1000 lines in which I have to do addition of any 2 numbers, like every marks in 2 subject. For every student there are 1000 students. Then I cannot write again and again a is equal to input of first, b is equal to input of second, c is equal to this and that. I just define a function, and whenever I need to add the values, I just call the function. So a function is just a way to organize your code. Like if I have this thing, and just assume I have d equal to 3, and again e equal to 2, and then again I need to add these things, so f is equal to d plus e, and then this thing again happened here, so just next, so d plus e, and then print f. So here I get this thing in 8 lines, and if I can add another one, that is command C, and after this command V, and name this as G H I, and this one J, this one G, and this one H. And if you save this one and again run this one, you will get an error in the third one, G H O. It's J here, it's actually I. And now when you run this one, you will get an output of 855, and it consumes your 12 lines. What if I use this thing in a simple manner? Like if I need to add the two number, I will define a function. So how a function is defined? For a function we use the for def, that is define, and then the name of functions, like I need to add the numbers, then add, then the parentheses, and in parentheses we write the parameters. Parameters are something like that, the values, or you can say that only inputs, not the outputs, just the inputs that are going to be used in the function. Then these two dots, and when you hit enter, you will automatically get indented here below this one. And again, this indentation, always focus on this one, and we will learn about this indentation in the next module. So before that, just focus on this one. Like if you write the code here, then you will not get the output of this function, you will just get an error. So make sure this one is indented properly. So here I have z is equal to x plus y. I define this one, and then the magical keyboard return z, and I save this one function. And here whenever I need to perform this thing, I just now use this function. But before that, let me remove this thing, command X. I just show you this one for this only. So here I have just add parentheses a comma b, and that will be equal to C. And now just print this one, so print C, and when you save this one and run this one, you will get 8. Now how it actually worked, if you notice here we have xy, and here I have ab. So this is the first thing, that these parameters did not matter, that what you have here and what you have here. And here this z, I did not have defined the z before in this one, because the output did not need to be defined in the parameters. And here I have returned return z, that is the value the function will return to the program. You can also do something like return print and then z here, and just do this thing, more shorter code, and when you run this one, you will again get 8. And now for the remaining things that we have here, you can do the same thing, just add d comma e, and then for this one also add g comma h, and command s, run the program, you will get the same output. Now here your code is little more organized, because you have the function here, did not require to define it again and again. And this one also reduces the length of code. I know at present this one is same as the previous one, maybe a line shorter, but when your code get too lengthy, this will reduce your length of code. And that's the function here is, and rest we will learn more about this function later in the videos. So this one is just for the concept of functions. I hope you understand this one. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey everyone, this video is about the functions and user inputs. So in the last video we have done something like we have defined an add function in which we have taken two parameters like x and y, and then in the function we have done z is equal to x plus y, and then return the z or print z. So that's the function that we have defined in the last video. But what if the user inputs are not fixed? They are variables, like something we have taken there, a is equal to 3 and b is equal to 5. What if these are not fixed and these are entered by the user? So we just use the input and enter the first value, or you can leave this one blank, and this one also input, just second value, and command s this one, then add ab. So in this, the program will ask the user to enter the two values, and then it will use the function to perform the calculations. Like if I try to run this one, here I have for the first value, but before that we forgot to convert this one into int end. So type, so first a equal to int a and b equal to int b. You can do something like here int x and int y, and there are a number of methods. You can also use int here, int input, all that, int add a and b. So there are very many methods. So command s this one, I'm preferring this one because it's a little suitable to represent and you understand this one easily. Now here if I run this same program, 3 and 5, I will get 8, and user can enter any value he wants to, like 1 and 9, 8, whatever this one is. So he will get one increase from the last. So that's the functions and user input. You can do whatever you want to here, like if I write multiply or if I write power of z. So command s here and run this one again, 2 and the power will be 3, that will be equal to 8. So that's the function with the user inputs. You can make these things whatever you want to, and if you do the same without this thing, then you can also use this one for the concatenations of strings, like I have dec plus k here, and you will get dec, and here without the quotes, and here I have the dec. So that's what the function and user inputs are. I hope you understand the video. So thanks for watching and see you in the next video.